Hi there. Today I want to talk to you about identity, building a new identity. Before we talk about that, I want to ask you what it is that you identify with. Let me just share some examples. Victimhood. Many people identify as victims in life, and so they feel as if they do not have any power. Workaholics. They identify with their work and that's all it is about their life. That's their entire life. They dedicate themselves to work. Um, Work seeps into every other area of their life and it just takes over. So it's like that identity is something that you take on consciously or unconsciously. It is better if you take it up more consciously if you are moving towards something that you look to change. Okay, something you want to improve and make better. So if you identify, let's say, as a victim and you want to stop identifying as a victim, you want to take back your power, you want to learn what you need to do with regards to building a new identity. So I'm going to share a story about this executive leadership coach. His name is Marshall Goldsmith. He's written over 40 books, multi-million, like millions of copies have sold worldwide. He comes from a very small town called Kentucky, Valley Station in Kentucky. And he grew up in a lower income family, lower education environment. And his mother was a teacher, and his father worked at the gas station. So his mother used to pour all of her teacher energy into her son, Marshall. And so, because her father was of the idea that women weren't supposed to work, so obviously, her being a teacher was not necessarily going too well in their household. So when Marshall was very young, she told him this: Marshall, you are the smartest boy in Valley Station, Kentucky. You are going to college, Marshall. You will have no mechanical skills. And you for the rest of your life, you will have no mechanical skills. Okay, so his mother, from a very young age, is programming him to something greater for him. That's what she believes in. And so he was being programmed to believe that he was very smart and he didn't have any mechanical skills. And then he, of course, went on to be extremely successful in the leadership realm. Because he was able to identify with that. And when he took up an aptitude test and checked whether what was it that caused him to lack mechanical skills, because he was good at math, he had good hand-eye coordination. Then why? It was because his mother was telling him he was being programmed that you have no mechanical skills. Over and over, his mother would tell him, you have no mechanical skills. Now think about what your own programming is. What words play in your head? Was it some bully? Was it your parent? Was it a teacher? They said something and that plays out in your head and you made that voice your own. How is it playing out in your head? And are you identifying? Are you still identifying with that particular voice, and what can you do going forward? What does this all mean? And how can you change your programming? It's about adopting an identity and identifying with it. So, Marshall understood that it was his beliefs that created his identity, right? This is why in chapter 2, we talk about core beliefs. You believe in certain thing, and then that belief becomes a reality in your life. Believe it and see it. Believing is seeing. So the next time you hear yourself say, you're not good enough at something, you're not good at something, catch yourself and ask, why not? Question the programming your system is running on. Okay, so there are exercises in my book that you can do in chapter 7, which is building a new identity. If you join the program, we will be going through that exercise and you will be able to understand better how you can build that identity that is going to help you become a better version of yourself. For example, as a speaker, I took up the identity of a speaker because leadership was calling to me at a certain point. And so over the time that I was in Toastmasters, I was practicing that continuously. And so identifying as a speaker, as a successful speaker, as a international speaker, was something that I'm programming myself. I did not have that, but it's possible to program yourself to a better version of you, a greater version of you. So, what is that you wish to change in your life? Do you want to give up become being a victim, and do you want to be a victor instead? So, what is it that you need to do to change and build that new identity? We have core beliefs. So, understanding your core beliefs and why, what made those, from where those core beliefs were coming. Okay, so there is that part. And then you want to think about what your values are, because our values, we live by our values on a daily basis, which means that, for example, if I am health, if one of my values is health, and okay, what does that mean? It can be, okay, do physical exercise every day, or eat healthy meals, if sleep on time, all of those things can mean different things to different people, whatever it is that you are practicing. Okay, so how do you know if health is a real value of yours? If so somebody pays you, hey, today I'm going to pay you $100. Don't go to the gym. All right. And instead, why don't you eat a box of cereal and some bunch of fries, whatever, something unhealthy. And if you were to take those $100 and eat all of that food that is not food, that's not healthy for you, it's not a real value. Okay, so that's how you know that something is your value. It means that you're not going to, money is not going to buy that or change that bit in you. It means you are true to that part of yourself. You value health, you value your family, you value family time so much, so you will not engage in other activities more than you engage time with your family and your loved ones. These are just examples. So understanding what your values are help you to get clarity on your identity, on the new identity that you want to take up in your life. Meaning, on a daily basis, for example, what is it that I'm doing to become a better speaker? Let's say I go on stages, I keep on talking, I create podcasts, go on podcasts, I make videos. There's so many different things I do to hone my speaker skills. But then what is it that I'm doing with that speaking? Now, authority building, there is leadership, there is, okay, for me, mental health is important. Health is very closely tied to mental health. How am I taking care of my mental health? These are things that I want to do for myself because it helps me feel really, really good. Being able to express myself, having that expression, that creative expression is important to me. So this is one of the ways that I express myself on a daily basis. That's how I'm living that in that identity. And we have many different identities that we live, different roles that we take up in our life. So it just depends which one. So start with one small area of your life and start looking at your values. Look at your core beliefs and then look at your values. All right, you have to find out. There's an exercise in my booklet we can do together if you join my course, which starts on the 9th of April. If you take up the course, we are going to do that together, the exercise, and you will find your top 5 values and how it is that you can adopt those values and start practicing them on a daily basis in order to shift from where you are less lovable to a more lovable, something that helps you build more confidence in yourself, just a better version of you. And that can look different from person to person. So try practicing that for yourself. If you are interested in joining my program that is going to start on the 9th of April, uh, email me. My email is in the description. Let me know in the comment section, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye for now.